Virginia police officer reportedly tased a man after suspecting him of shoplifting. But the two officers working at the time did not report the incident until nearly 2 months later. It happened Black Friday last year outside Cabela's. That company has now been named in a lawsuit filed this month by plaintiff Chris Blevins Jr., who was never charged in the incident. Elizabeth Kubel spent the day going through the lawsuit and the police report detailing the incident. Elizabeth?
A Bristol, Virginia Police Department lieutenant told me today the police department is remaining neutral tonight and continuing to look into this incident. But that police lieutenant did confirm to me that from how it appears now, procedure on that day 2 months ago was not followed. Black Friday, a day that for big retail stores like Cabela's brings crowds of shoppers. It's why the company asked for 2 Bristol, Virginia police officers to help out last year, November 24th, 2017. A day detailed in this police report. They then began following the subject and observed him go up to the checkout line where one of the officers perceived to have seen him place something into his pocket as if he was trying to hide something. Lieutenant Charles Robinette says things escalated. According to the police report of the incident filed months later, the man refused to show officers his hands, and one of the sergeants tased him twice. And according to Robinette, department policy may not have been followed in that incident because the use of that taser was not immediately reported. Our general orders are very specific about use of force, especially in the use of a taser. At this time, from what we can tell, no report was completed. We haven't found any indication that a supervisor was notified, and no use of force report was completed. As soon as the department learned about the incident, nearly 2 months later, through a newspaper article, the 2 officers were called in and instructed to complete the report. As for an internal investigation, Robinette says he hasn't been formally told one has started, but says it's something he anticipates. The most concerning thing is that general orders were not followed. Policy procedure, it would appear, is not followed, and we need to look into that matter to make sure that this kind of occurrence doesn't happen again. I do want to point out that the man tased filed a lawsuit against Cabela's. The Bristol, Virginia Police Department told me today that they have not yet been contacted about the lawsuit. Live in Kingsport, Elizabeth Kubel, News Channel 11 in your corner.
Elizabeth, thank you. Important to note that the man tased in this incident was not charged with any crime.